Hello, and thank you for watching. My name is John Tom Knight, and I wanted to just make a super easy, super quick video on why you should apply for scholarships outside of what is offered from the university that you are either currently attending or applying to. So originally when I went to school, I didn't really have much money to go to college. I was very fortunate. I graduated at a school in the Tulsa County area, I believe, from Tulsa, Oklahoma. And they had a deal going on where you could go to Tulsa Community College for, I think, 4 semesters completely for free, full time. And so I was able to take advantage of that. However, I was really disappointed because I really wanted to go to Oklahoma City University, OCU, and I wanted to study, I think it was like theater or vocal performance, something on that line. That's weird, I don't remember, it's been a while. But their tuition is like insane. It was like 40 grand or so, I think, a year. I don't know, that could be way wrong, but they offered me a scholarship that ended up being more than half of that, which was great, but it would still cost more than double of, say, a state school like Oklahoma University. And, you know, while it was a great deal to get that much, 60, 70% slashed off tuition, having a bill of, say, 12, 15 grand every year for 4 years is going to add up to a lot of money that I cannot see myself having for a very long time. So I ended up going to graduated from Tulsa Community College, and then I went to Columbia College, Chicago. And they are not a super cheap school. They're actually, I'm not sure, I might pull up the number here, how much they cost, but going to Columbia College was an experience that I was only able to do because I applied to scholarships outside of the university. While they did offer me some scholarships, and that was great, you're going to be limited if you're only applying to scholarships that are coming from your specific university. A big help was actually the Taco Bell Scholarship Foundation. I believe it's called the Liv Moss Scholarship. And people always kind of laugh when I say Taco Bell paid for my education, but they really did. They are just one example of, say, a scholarship where I believe you have to make a 2-minute video, 2 minutes or less video, just saying what your passion is, saying what you care about, why you're studying what you study. They don't care about your grades. They just want to see that you're enrolled full time, and that you want a career in what you're studying, that you actually care, which is great. A lot of scholarships have different criteria. Because I was an arts major, I ended up studying, television writing, which, I'm happy with it. I'm happy. I have nothing negative to say about it. I'm actually pretty good with the results so far. I forgot where I was going with that. So I majored in television writing, and there are not a lot of television writing scholarships. A lot of scholarships are very specific to the type of degree you are getting or the area of study that you are pursuing. So I was able to get some for creative writing, which was super helpful. But say if you're studying something such as like computer science, or you're going to the medical field, there are an overwhelming amount of scholarships that people do not apply to. A good mindset I like to have about it is to treat applying for a scholarship like a job. When you think of get a scholarship for 5 grand or 4 grand, you spend 2-3 hours applying for that. That's like $1 grand an hour. Now, obviously, you're not going to get a lot of scholarships or all of them. You'll probably get actually a tiny amount. I applied to nearly 100 scholarships, and I think I got 3 or 4, but that was enough to cover the vast majority of my tuition. I just needed a few. So you just need to apply like huge amounts. I mean, insane amounts. Treat it like a job. I would recommend making like a super list of scholarships, of everything you want, maybe the deadline, and then literally just spending that time based on the deadline, based on the odds of you thinking you're going to get it. I also don't recommend applying to scholarships that have only one specific recipient. To me, I think that's just kind of a waste of time. In most cases, now if you think you're a shoo-in or that you have a strong case, I'd say go for it, but there's so many scholarships where they're like looking for like 40 or 50 people, and everybody gets it because only like 30 or not even the whole amount applied. And I got several scholarships because of that. Now, I wish I could give you a specific resource of where to find scholarships, but there are an overwhelming amount of scholarship websites that you can find. Something I would say when you're going through a large list of scholarships, be skeptic. A lot of them are actually sort of scams where they're wanting a lot of your information. That's something you just get an eye for the more you do it. Usually if it's associated with some weird brand, like, a lot of people will talk about like a scholarship. There's like a height scholarship or a color scholarship. Like, there's these fun, weird scholarships. I'm always very skeptical. Why do they exist? Why is this organization wanting to give students money? It's because I think they don't really exist. I think they don't really give out that money. So just make sure it seems like a credible organization is providing the scholarship funds, just so you can save yourself some time. A big way to save some time when you are applying for scholarships is to each essay you complete. I would always if I wrote an essay, because a lot of them, the questions are very similar. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Why are you applying for the scholarship? How will these funds be used? Every time I filled out an essay question like that, I kept it in one big ass Google document. And so I had a Google document for all the scholarships and a Google document for all the essay questions. And I got to a certain point where I had such a big body of work that I could spend less time applying for scholarships, or I could apply for more, because I could just really copy and paste a lot of the stuff I'd already written and use that for my scholarship essay. And what's great is, if you get one from a scholarship essay, if you actually get a scholarship, that whatever essay question you're on might be a more effective and a more sellable way to land that scholarship. So if I had to say my biggest piece of advice, just spend dedicated time seeking out scholarships and a separate time strictly just going through a list and applying for the scholarships that you want. As you build up more essays and as you apply for more, you can just start copying and pasting a lot of the information. Sometimes they have really specific stuff, so you may have to spend a bit more dedicated time. But really, each application, give it the love, the care, and the attention that it needs. As you are applying for a lot, it's easy to just get in a rut and be like, I need to fill this out as fast as I can. But from a lot of people that I know, because I was kind of that guy with some of the scholarship applications. Like, I would call and check in. You can kind of tell, they can kind of tell when you are phoning it in. They read so many of these application letters, so they know when you really don't care. So just be sure that you care. As far as writing an effective essay, people, I think, are really motivated and moved by someone who genuinely cares about what you're doing. I think, obviously if you're going to school, hopefully you're doing it. If you're going to go into debt, or if you're, really looking for a way to get money, it's something that you are very passionate about and that you can actually show that passion in an essay. I sometimes just record myself talking and then I transcript that, because I'm speaking from the heart. Sometimes it's easier for me just than typing it out. Because I don't know, my mind, your fingers can't keep up with the mind, I guess. I don't know. So I think those are all the scholarship tips I had just immediately. I would also say continue to apply for scholarships while you're in school. Once you get that first year, those first set of scholarships for that semester or that year, once you're in this current semester, usually the scholarships will open for the next year. You're gonna want to keep applying while you're in school. Sometimes I kind of blew off some of my work or my essays that I needed to write for my class just so that I could get them out for, say, another scholarship. Because if I ran out of scholarship money, then I couldn't really go to school, or I would have to take out a private loan, which I was very close to doing. And Taco Bell and Hallmark joined hands and they saved the day for me, that I did not ever have to take out a private student loan. Luckily, everything was through the government, who has much more reasonable interest rates. And it was a very small amount. I'm not like drowning in debt, but if I hadn't gotten these scholarships and I had done that, I would probably be drowning and feeling like shit, because the last piece, if you're someone who doesn't come from a family where you're able to just have the funds covered, which I'm guessing is the case for most people, a lot of the job opportunities that you have, they're going to be internships that are either unpaid or incredibly low pay. And if you really want to get in a specific field, especially relating to arts or something creative, you have to take those jobs to build up your network and your body of work. And if you have to just focus on, once you graduate, paying that debt, getting that debt out of your face, then you're not able to give your full attention to what you care about. And then, I had to work a sales job and that drained me, and I wasn't really able to do anything I cared about or really make anything because I just wanted to sleep when I got home from work because I was trying to pay all these bills. So that's all behind me now, but I just wanted to share that advice with you. So please, when you're applying to your school, take time and apply to scholarships. I hope this was helpful. If there's any questions you have, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll look at it and I will respond. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a very nice day.